What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Big A's Backyard Bistro. Today, we're doing something extra special. It's a little bit different than normal. We're not using the Blackstone griddle today. Don't worry, it's not going anywhere. But today, I'm going to be using my trusty Weber charcoal grill to smoke us a Boston butt. As you can see, this grill has had its fair share of use over the years. I believe it's about 16 years old now. Actually got it right before I got married. But it does a great job for your regular grilling, but also for smoking. A lot of people don't think of this for a smoker. They think of the big green egg, and those are very nice if you've got 1,000 plus to invest in something like that. But I'm a little cheap myself, so I'm going to show you how I do a perfect pulled pork using this trusty Weber grill. Let's check out our ingredients. All right, so here's the star of the show. This is the infamous Boston butt. This one's about 8.5 pounds, I believe. And it's actually not a butt at all. It's a pork shoulder. What I've done is I've covered it with just plain old mustard. Rubbed it all over it, and that's going to give you a good base to stick your seasonings to. If you don't like mustard, don't worry about it. You will not taste it. I didn't believe it at first either, but you will not taste the mustard in the finished product. Okay? If you absolutely don't want to use mustard, you can just use a little bit of maybe olive oil, vegetable oil, something. You just want to have something for that seasoning to stick to. Seasoning, as far as seasoning goes, this is what I use today. Jack Daniel's pork rub. Obviously, there are thousands of different pork rubs out there. You can make your own, find your favorite, whatever, but they're all going to have similar ingredients. Salt, paprika, some sugar, some chili pepper, things like that. But this is what we're using today. Hopefully it's going to give us a nice bark, nice crust on there. And last but not least, I got my wood chips. These are hickory, which I'd say are probably the most commonly used for pulled pork. But you can certainly use apple, pecan, cherry, or any mixture of those. These have been soaking in water for about 30 minutes. And I think we're ready to get this thing going. All right, guys, so let's take a look here inside the Weber grill. We'll be using the indirect heat for our cooking process today. Notice I've got all my coals on one side. There's my trusty Dollar Tree lasagna pan over there. And what I've got in it is some apple cider vinegar. You can use apple juice. You can really use whatever. It's just to give some moisture to the cook. And also that pan is great for catching all those nice drippings that you're gonna get. So what I'm gonna do, I haven't added any wood chips yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and just add a healthy amount. And you can lift up the grate if you really want to, but I just go right through there. And it's very important that you hit it heavy at the beginning with your smoke, because after the pulled pork reaches a certain temperature, I believe it's about 165 they say, it stops taking in the smoke flavor. So you want to hit it early and often with the smoke. You can already see that hickory starting to burn. Whew. Hot, hot, hot. So that'll be enough to get me started. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my pork butt. And I'm just gonna place it right over this pan. Just like that. Woo, look at that glisten there in the sun. It's already looking good, and it's raw. By the way, we've got a beautiful morning here. Couldn't ask for better weather for late June. Perfect day. Cook some barbecue. All right, so that's it. We're gonna put the lid on it. Watch that smoke roll. And what you're gonna do is just leave it. I mean, we're gonna let it sit at least a couple hours before I even check it. But it'll be perfectly fine. Might need to add some more charcoal as we go, we'll see. But the plan is to do it on here for about 4 hours or so, and then finish it in the oven. I just found it's easier that way. Some people want to do the whole thing on here, and certainly can. But got a little extra treat for you today, and you'll see why I have to finish it in the oven, because we're going on the road. I'll just give you a little bit of a spoiler alert. So the oven kind of speeds up the final cooking and makes the house smell wonderful. So we're gonna let this sit a while, and we'll check in on it in a couple hours. All right, guys, it's been about 3.5 hours. And I'm not doing anything to it except for just add some more wood chips and a few pieces of charcoal. And what I'm gonna do, I've let my grill sort of die down. It's just basically keeping it warm right now, but I'm gonna put it in the oven at 300 degrees, wrapped in aluminum foil, double wrapped in aluminum foil, and let it finish cooking in there. Before I do that though, let's take a look. Oh yeah, that's what we wanted to see there. Those yummy drippings, droppings there at the bottom in that pan. Let's take a temp check and see my handy dandy thermometer here, and just see where we're at. Yeah, it looks like we're about 135, 140 right now. I usually like to run it up a little bit higher than that on the grill, but since we're finishing the oven, it won't matter at all. But you want to run it up to about 200 internally if you want pulled pork. If you take it out earlier than that, it's not going to shred. It's not going to be very tender. You'll get more of like a roast than you will pulled pork. So, like I said, I'm gonna double foil this, wrap it up real good, and throw it in that 300 degree oven for a couple hours, and we'll see where we're at. Hey guys, we're back. As you can tell, we've changed locations like I hinted at earlier. We're right here just a few hundred yards away from the Blue Ridge Parkway, overlooking the Blue Ridge Mountains here. Beautiful day. So I told you in the video earlier I was going to finish this in the oven. So it took about 3.5 hours in the oven, on top of the 3.5 hours or so that it was on the grill. So about a 7-hour cook total. And I pulled it out. It's about 197 degrees. And then I just stuffed it in a cooler. It's been resting in a cooler now for going on 2 hours. And just covered up with a towel to keep it warm. And of course we brought it up here so y'all could enjoy this beautiful view. So let's open it up. Me and Snappy here from Snappy's Game House. Check him out on YouTube. But we're gonna open it up and we'll see what we got. Smells wonderful, by the way. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Looking really good. All those juices. The nice bark there. And by the way, I was gonna say this earlier, but I cook these with the fat side on top. You can do it either way. I've heard arguments for either way, but I just like that. I feel like the fat kind of renders down into the meat. Got our bone here. Whew, it is still very hot. We'll pull a little bit of this off. I'm not gonna pull the whole thing here, but you can see this bone. And after 2 hours, it's still hot, hot, hot. So there's my bone. Got a clean bone. That's a good sign. Means it's a good cook. Your dog will be your best friend forever. You give him something like that. Set that to the side, and then me and Snappy here. Actually, I'm gonna use my claws later. My bear claws, by the way, love those. I'm just gonna get a couple of pieces here. It's hot. It's hot.
Very good.
A little bit of bark.
It's very juicy.
Tender, juicy. Got still the steam coming off. I don't know if you can see. And again, I haven't put any sauce on this. This is only the dry rub. I brought some sauce, like a vinegar-based sauce, if you want to put some on it. But I don't think it really needs it, to be honest with you. But so there you go. I'm gonna finish pulling this bad boy. And we're going to do some barbecue sandwiches and just enjoy the view here. So, thanks for watching, liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. Remember Snappy's Game House? Check him out. We actually did a Father's Day tag team. We did a video together, some Mario Kart. So check it out, and we'll see you next time on Big A's Backyard Bistro.